So have you been back to the Grammy since?
So I went the next year after that.
Awesome. For the with the same like program.
So
Did you go with like other students?
I went with other students, and
The first time.
actually it wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh.
I was like, dude kind of got in trouble, but like, it didn't.
But you
matter.
was in the audience and you was fresh. That's all.
It didn't matter to him.
What did you wear? Matter of fact.
I wore this tux that was bought for me.
Okay.
Tux is bought for me.
But it fit right.
Oh yeah. Well, I went to go get it tailored.
Oh, same. So
like,
you was fresh.
Yeah, bro.
You was fresh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
And where was that? Where was that one at before? Where was that?
That was at the Staples Center in L.A.
Okay, sick. Was that your first time in L.A.?
No. I got some family out there.
Oh, same West. Let's talk a little bit. Let's talk about that. Like, yeah, man. Do you know the history of how your family ended up in Kansas City?
Man.
Do you know that far back? You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, man. As a black man.
Man, that's a great way to start it.
I don't even know what.
That's a great way to start it.
I don't even know what actual race I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm black. You know
I can laugh, but it also is pretty much probably a fact.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, for real. It's kind of, it's hilarious, but
hilariously sad.
Hilariously fucked up. I was just about to say that. Yeah, it's like, it's hilarious, but it's also like, damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could be Nigerian or I could be from the Moor tribe.
God, yeah. You might be Indian.
Yeah, I might be. Yeah, exactly.
You never know.
You know what I mean? So it's like
a little drop of a Negro in there.
Yeah, man. So I don't know exactly how we got to Kansas City. You know what I'm
saying? Y'all been around here for a minute.
Right.
I know. So what's the connection with LA? How you got family out there? They just moved out there, or?
Yep, my auntie Bobby moved out there.
God, that's a sick ass name, Auntie Bobby. Yo, shout out.
Hey man.
Shout out to Auntie. Shout out to your auntie.
Auntie Bobby and her husband, Uncle John. That dude.
That's amazing too, bro. Uncle John, he sounds strong as hell.
Hey man, no, he is, man. Well, he from Compton, and he
definitely strong.
Yeah, hey, look,
hey.
And like, man, this dude, like when he inspired a lot of who I am too. You know what I'm saying? When I was going through that stuff with the house and all that, he was the one just like kind of laying a brick by brick for me, like on what it is to have the confidence. He used to encourage my music all the time. You know what I'm saying? He used to, that's when we was just making beats between each other. Me and my cousin Brian was sending beats to each other and sending beats to them. We was throwing all. We was like, hey, look, listen to this. You listen to this. You get a beat. You get a beat. We was like
Oprah.
Yeah. Hey, bro, but he encouraged it. So he told me just not too long ago. He said, man, I still check every single Friday on Spotify to see if you drop.
I love
something like So I keep it in my mind when I do a lot of the stuff I do now.
Hell yeah. Well, let's talk about your first projects. Like, when do you remember putting out your first producer pack or your first song, like as an artist, or when do you remember getting on a song that hit big? Whether it's overseas or in the city or whatever. Like, what's your earliest memories? 14, 15, 16. Where you started being involved in music that was getting put out to the public?
Man, I want to say one of the first times was probably in Tampa when one of the students that I had started to produce for after the program was over, because I was a mentor by 2013. You know what I'm saying? In the Grammy program, we did it in Tampa too.
Oh, sick.
And so they flew me to Tampa first time, like really going and doing a lot of stuff. We wrote a song, a country song.
Oh wow.
That we did the same little challenge, artists out in the bucket, and then got Taylor Swift. Well, Taylor Swift wound up hearing it, you know what I'm saying? And
wow.
Never did nothing with it. Never did nothing with it. But she heard it though. And they said she actually stashed put that in the archive.
It's gonna come out on her Netflix documentary.
Hey, look.
I was thinking you gonna hear that beat.
That was one of the ones. And later on, I'll probably say 2 years later, I did some co-production on Grammys for G-Watts.
I love it.
Yeah, that was like
G-Watts.
That would be considered a KC classic. Especially in the era that we in Kansas City right now. And stuff like that. Barrett Baber, that's another country song I did. Some programming, they call it, production on it. And finalist on The Voice.
Okay.
And so he did so stuff started to stack like that. Then ever since then, I started putting out like certain remixes and all that stuff, out on the web. When I was on Reverb Nation, bro, I was boosting. Hey, look, Reverb Nation, boy, I was on that mug every hour, bro.
On it. Real.
I'm like, man, I ain't got enough beats on here. Like, start making it. Like, upload that mug.
That man was looking through. He was like, I got one.
Yeah.
Two. Fuck it, it's not enough.
Yeah, it's like, it's not enough, man. Let me make another beat. Remix something. Yeah, but things like that. I want to say probably up until I did a remix contest. Artist named Destiny, whatever. It blew up. It was like 2 million plays, whatever. Yeah, did that. That was like
running the numbers up out here.
That's when I wanted to start working on my own stuff.
Because you was realizing, I got some skill, but I'm not leveraging my skill to benefit me long term type shit.
Yeah,
I feel you.
So my first album was Maybe I Will.
Maybe I will. Talk about Maybe I Will.
I was tired, bro. I was like, all the ups and downs.
That's the perfect start to the statement. Tell me about Maybe I Will. Shit, I was tired.
Hey, for real, I was tired, man. I was like, all right, man, I need to find some type of way to make my music work for me. Like, how and I was like, man, I should be an artist. And I was like, shit, maybe I will. Yeah, maybe I will. That's what's going, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Start
write that down. That in my notebook.
Yeah, it was like, but it was meant to be a project to kind of show the Suits something. I wasn't like dropping it to be an artist.
Right.
I was dropping it for the Suits. Then because of the album.
Yeah. Everyone has to have one of those at least.
Exactly.
You gotta have one in your portfolio.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I put it out as like pretty much a public pitch deck. Like, sign me as a producer. Sign me as this. I make sure I have all different colors, flavors of songs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I got a sync deal with Dave Wolf because of that.
What I was about to bring up next, which
Damn.
is a UK-based company, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So talk about maybe how they reached out to you, or how that happened, and then let's talk about. I want to talk about your travels. We've spoke about off air, UK, your experiences there. So we'll start there. But I know you mentioned some place I can't pronounce, a 16-mile island. We're gonna talk about that right after that, and then I want to talk to you about going to India to build a studio.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about UK, man. How did they end up reaching out to you, and then talk about I don't know how many times you visited, but talk about your trips to UK and the experiences and some things you learned.
It was around 2018 when I got hit up by, it was like a freelance A&R, he kind of worked for the company every now and then and stuff too. He hit me up because of an artist that used to be here. His name is Gully Mark. Came out with a song called Can I. It's one of my little 30 for 30 freestyle type beats that I made, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I made that beat for him. And, he had some success with that too, I guess that, the A&R I'm talking about, he met him and then emailed me because I produced that beat. And then when, by the time it was that time, I guess, probably next day talked to me, was like, hey man, I just listened to your album too. Like, I didn't know you had an album, That's what's wrong with me now, bro. I be humble, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a producer, you know what I mean? But I ain't even like,
They go back and find 17 mixtapes,
Yeah.
14 albums and shit.
Yeah,
Russ.
but it's, he listened to that, and that's how I got, flown over there. Yeah, flew over there just to go to a few festivals. The first place we went to though was Hungary. Went to Hungary.
Wow. Okay, so you was deep in Europe.
Yeah, bro. I got stranded.
Europe.
I got stranded in Hungary.
Okay, tell that story. Look, 3
days.
What?
I lost my phone.
What?
And I think I panicked for like 5 minutes. Once I realized, I was out there really stranded, I was like, oh my God, what am I don't know what I'm finna do. I'm just thinking to myself, and I see this backpack I was like, oh shit, this is tight. I started walking around, I just forgot, bro. I don't know. I just forgot. I was like, and I met so many people out there. That, you know, it showed me another side of the world. Number one, just meeting all these different people, and then we went to the UK, and then we met up with Ninja Tune label, which, you know, they got Thundercat.
Legendary.
Yeah.
Legendary.
Got cool with that dude, right? And then you know, not Thundercat. I'm talking about like the CEO and the founder of that label, you know. And got closer with Dave Wolf and started being able to sync the songs, you know. And that's just.
And for those individuals who ain't in the music world, can you tell them what a sync deal is, and then just speak on that a little bit so that the folks understand what that even means?
It's music synchronization, where you are able to place a song on TV, you know, commercial, movies, you know, and they'll call it sync. So sync deal, pretty much what you want to do with a sync deal, you know, you want to have something constructive when you do it. You know, they have non-exclusive contracts and they have exclusive contracts, you know, and so. That's all I'm gonna say right there. You can Google
Look it up from there.
Yeah, Google that. Hey, look, man. It's important that you do though. But
go research that. You gonna learn something. And you might find a new career.
Hey,
you never know. You never know. And didn't you just have like speaking of sync deals with Gatorade or something like that?
Yeah.
You got. I don't know if you were in the commercial with your music or. I just remember something with you and Gatorade. So can you talk about that shortly? And then I still want to dive a little bit deeper into UK. So.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, the Gatorade deal came from Ninja Tune. You know, hit me up randomly and said, "Hey, are you by the studio?" I'm like, "Kinda." And they said, "We got you like a Michael Jordan spot or something like that." And you know, it's a Gatorade commercial, and they're gonna give you some lines to read or to sing off. And I was like, "Okay." Did that. Recorded it at the studio, and the craziest part is that there was some work through it, but I recorded 2 takes only, 2 takes, and they was like, "Could you like do this, what you did on the first take, and then do this at the end, what you did on the second take?" And I just went on the computer and just cut, slid that mug up there. I was like, "Here you go," you know, sent it. I didn't think it was gonna go. I didn't think it was gonna go in. You know what I mean? And it just, yeah, it did. And so. It has Michael Jordan, Usain Bolt, and Abby Womack on the commercial. You know,
sick.
Yeah, it was a blessing, bro.
Hell yeah, that's an amazing experience. You know what I'm saying? Every time like something like that happens, it's always like it's kind of like a moment of validation, but also like a moment of time to get back to work and lock in again. Because it's like, all right, if I can get on that, shit, what else can I do? And that's just one lane. You know what I'm saying? That's not that was you speaking. You know what I'm saying? You rap, you produce, you engineer. There's so many areas. It's just like, damn, all right, if I can do that, I could probably produce the beat for the next huge Nike commercial.
You know what I mean?
Or I could like do this, and it's like I already have those gateways, like the opportunities to potentially, secure something like this. So, anyways, I remember seeing that on Twitter. It's like a little Bam Keith viral moment. That's what I call it. Because you kept showing up on my TL all day. I got tired. I was like, damn, man,
so
what the fuck
tired,
is Bam?
Man.
I'm just playing.
Hey, look, I be posting, man. I was like, but it was definitely love though, man. It was dope to see people I fuck with in the city like fucking with me. You know,
yeah, man.
I've never complained about supporting them like that.
Hey,
This is a fun thing to do.
It's
a very fun thing to do.
It is. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, the screen is off, which we're gonna keep it that way. But have y'all ever seen? I ain't never seen this before.
It's a gaming monitor.
Now, y'all that watch that might be producers or just around computers, you're like, college, you didn't see one of those before? Man, like I came in here, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is this? It looked like a damn skate ramp in this motherfucker. But anyways, sorry for that, man. Talk about UK. When you first get in the UK, first off, what city were you spending time in?
So Birmingham.
Nice, yeah.
And then Bristol.
Okay. And talk about
in London.
Yeah. What was that experience like? What do you see are the differences in terms of lifestyle and day-to-day life versus there, and
I'll say,
I guess you could say KC, LA, whatever.
I'll say, bro, the technologically, I feel like they are a little bit behind us. I saw a lot of people with like iPhone 6s and stuff like that. It was a lot of people. But like
he was sick.
I
He
don't
was
hate on
sick.
it.
He said, "Look, y'all niggas got the 6.
I was just
I'm
shocked.
on the 10.
Yeah, bro, I was
What
shocked.
is y'all
Hey,
on?
hey, bro, I heard songs about London before I went to London, so I thought London was like New York of the world. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I just thought, but that's one thing, and that's just with technological things. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I realized that a lot of people are more. It seemed like they're together more. No guns are allowed, by the way, except for by police.
Facts.
You see the police though with like, you know what I'm saying?
The hammers.
Yeah.
With the hammers. Hey, but don't get it twisted though. They keep them daggers on them.
Bro, or acid. They splash acid on it. Yeah,
that's wild, man.
crazy.
Look, one thing about the world, unfortunately, is folks gonna find a way to be violent. Hey, look, like obviously we don't highlight violence on this show, but how you got all guns not allowed, and then everybody's like, the world's dagger. It's like, whoa, what? Where did you get that sword from? And how did you carry it into school?
Hey.
Like you, people will find any way to be violent. You just said splashing acid. Who carries acid in their pocket like they got high C packets or something? Like,
I YouTube a lot too though. But like, I never seen nothing like that. Thank God. But like, but it's like
we stay safe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it was amazing though. It was like being out there was it was a different feeling. It was more like you told somebody that you was with this kind of label. It was like, oh God,
really? Oh, well, damn, mate. I'd love to buy you a cup of tea.
Yeah. Hey, man, it's the first time I've talked to anybody with a British accent that actually had one.
Yeah, I bet you met some black people with some British accents and was like, wow, this is amazing. That's how I feel every time I meet a black person with an accent that's not like American or African.
Yeah.
If it's anything besides American or African, that shit is fascinating.
Right.
Like, it's like dude walk up to you, he looked like he about to be like, what's the deal, good?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he's like, hello, mate, I'd love to come and say hello to your mother.
Daniel Kaluuya.
What are you talking about? Exactly, Daniel Kaluuya, dancing Idris head ass, snowfall face head.
Right.
Anyways, I'm over here wilding. That's besides the point.
Yeah, no.
So Antigua, right? Is that what you said? Or Anguilla. So first off, where the hell is this and why were you there? So, like I said, we're talking about traveling right now. Bam has had some traveling experience that some of us may not have had, so I felt like we needed to touch on it. So, Anguilla.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to name my daughter. So, why were you there?
Man, once again, it springed up upon me randomly. I was in LA at the time, interning at a studio. Shout out to Nick Cooper. He was amazing. But yeah, they just called me up randomly. It's like, hey, what are you doing this July? It was like May at the time. I'm like, 2 months. I'm like, nothing, just doing the same thing. Producing. Yeah, when they call me, I know they about to pay me. That's like, I already know what it is. I'm like, okay, So they said we're going to do this program once again, the same program, but in Anguilla.
Wow.
And there's a few things you probably got to do. Look up whatever shots you got to take, whatever, such and such. And yeah, man, I went. And it was
pause. Hold up. Where's it at? Like that's the name of the place, but where?
So it's like, I know. First of all, it's in the Caribbean.
Never passed geography.
It's in the Caribbean, number one. But I know that it's about an hour by flight east of Puerto Rico.
Okay. So that's good enough for us.
Yeah. But it's about 16 miles north to south. 3.5 miles, 3.6 miles west to east. And like
cross-country runners in high school could just run that job.
Bro, population 12,000.
That's life. Yeah. That's how many people went to Paseo.
Hey, bro. Hey, look. Probably it, ever. Hey, look. Like, the craziest thing, too, is that I asked him, I was like, down there hanging with a few people down there, and, we in a resort. This resort is like 3 miles long. Yeah, it's like 3 miles long.
Wow,
it's crazy. They set your boy up, and then paid him right. Did the thing. And so I asked him, I was like, it just seems so peaceful here. I'm like, what are the problems that you guys have down here? Like, what kind of problem? You know, is it murder? Is it this, that? They're like, it's too relaxing. I was like, damn. And you thought, I thought about it really. When I was like, damn, that's deep, actually.
Facts.
It's like complacency.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, kind of.
Yeah. That energy's in the air. It doesn't. The hustle and bustle, the desire to get better, the desire to create is not there anymore because you just complacent. You just calm.
Instruments, all that stuff they got to ship them there. All that stuff's extra.
Crazy.
But I was down there, did the same exact program, performed. I even got a video of one of the performances on my Instagram. I'm playing drums or whatever. Down there. It's dope.
Go scroll and find that video. Send it to us.
Oh yeah, I'll send it to you. It's still up there too on my page, bro. Yeah, it was super fun.
But it was a good experience overall.
Oh my God.
So UK and Gwilla.
Yeah.
Have you Hungary?
Right.
Have you been to any other countries aside from those three? Well, I know Anguilla is not a country, but anywhere outside of the U.S. main border states besides those three, and it was all on music, which is beautiful.
Right.
It was all through music.
Blessing. Yeah.
All through music, so I love it.
Yeah.
But have you been anywhere else besides those three places?
Not anywhere else but Iceland for a connection.
For a connection. But that's about to change soon.
Right.
What are you doing in India? And how did this come about?
Once again, it is my old buddy, old pals, the Grammys.
You know what? I like them.
Bro.
At this point in this story, I respect
It's
them.
so random.
I like
so
you guys.
random, like...
Hey, if you guys need any free podcast interviews, you know who to call.
You know what to call. Yeah, no, like, it's so random when they call me up, man. Like, they'll call me about a year before they do it. Like, literally. It's crazy. A year before they do it.
That's good, though.
And
Shit,
it'll be like...
give you some time to prepare.
Hey, look, man. Well, my distracted ass, I'll be, what I mean?
Next thing you know, 9 months passed.
I'm going around seeing colors and making music. The whole time, I got 2 weeks to, get my passport expedited back. I'm like, hold up, man. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm like, I'm working on a bunch of stuff, throughout the year, and then they just call me up, and then I go do it. And then we do a great job, and we come back. We feel good. I have a whole new experience. I've met new people. I've seen how people look at black people out of the country. That was crazy.
Talk to me.
That was like, it was amazing because they see you as somebody special, versus in America, And we all do it, what I'm saying? We walk past each other, just see it like, whatever. And they didn't really see me as special out there, per se. That's also what I call it. They didn't really see me as special out there until they knew I was also American. So I was like, okay, almost got me. But
gotcha.
Well, no. I mean, I'm talking about just people. I'm not talking about like the people, the special people I've met out there. You know what I mean?
I'm talking about general population, people on the streets,
right?
grocery store,
Exactly.
bodega.
Exactly.
Right.
And you're like, oh, you're American? Like what? Like And it was awesome. I met this amazing carpenter.
I wasn't expecting you to say that, but continue.
This dude can build anything. He built the studio down there.
Sick.
Yeah, it was the first studio, first professional studio. It's called AMA, Anguilla Music Academy. Yeah.
Sound like it was going to be that.
Right.
But that's fine.
The school, dope studio. I worked down there with producers who produced for Coldplay and producers who produced for Jill Scott and Erykah Badu, and
legendary.
Those producers have become like sort of kind of mentors to me, but or like I'll talk about Uncle John, but imagine that in the music sense, what I mean? Yeah, the business behind music, like when I first got the sync deal, man, I told shout out to James. James is phenomenal. He's crazy.
Shout out James. And you speaking about the carpenter still, right? James? Or is that the producer?
That's the producer.
My bad.
No,
so that's one of your
good.
producer mentors.
Yeah,
the
carpenter out there, he's amazing too. Darius, he's
shout out Darius.
But
James, talk about
he produced for a lot of people, man. He played with Stevie Wonder for like 15
Wow.
years on tour and stuff.
That's crazy.
This dude, you know.
Yeah, stories to tell.
Yeah. I mean, no, definitely. When I told him I got the sync deal, he was like, "Oh man, you on then? You on?" I was like, "What?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, hey, bro.
my man, Ben, pause for a second. What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that? I'm like, what do you mean? You know, but yeah, I'm starting to see the snowball
Effect.
Yeah, it's amazing, bro. Yeah,
it's important to have mentors and have people who have like done what you want to do be a part of your life, so you can kind of have that guidance, but also, you know, somebody to talk with when you're going through that process, because it's not always easy. Like, you know, all the stories you're telling right now might sound awesome and easy to the outside, but I'm sure there was challenges. I'm sure there was some stress. I'm sure there was some anxiety. I'm sure there was some pressure, some experiences you had to. I'm sure there was people you had to deal with that you didn't want to deal with. Or,
oh my God!
You know, and so, you know, people forget that as beautiful. You know, like you said, you're humble and you're grateful. You're happy you had these experiences, but tough things happen during these experiences too. But you can't talk to, you know, fucking Jimmy from Jimmy John's in Independence, Missouri, like, because he hasn't had that same experience. But when you can go talk to James, who's, you know, been in the game for years, you can get his advice on situations you're going through because he's already gone through them. It's a blessing, and it expedites your path. It makes you move a little bit faster.
Yeah. I love it. No, it was awesome.
So we didn't even really. So yeah, what are you doing in India though? Hold up, my bad. You know me, we like to talk.
So yeah, already going, bro.
But
before this even started, we was going.
Man, we was going. So I stepped in the door. We ain't even stepped in the door yet. Matter of fact, but anyways, India. What are you doing in India? I know what you're doing, but tell the people what you're doing in India and when this is going to happen. And is there anything anyone can do to support? If not, cool. But,
so I'm doing the Grammy Music Revolution project once again, starting in July in India. And so far we've done Kansas City. That was the one I was in. You know, we did Tampa, and we did, you know, a little bit of, you know, LA and stuff. So, you know, some trial stuff in, you know, Idaho. You know, then we went to Anguilla. Then we went to the, you know, a few other places down there too. But like I say, in India, we're doing the same Grammy Music Revolution project, the one that I was a part of, that will teach you how to use what you need or what you already know how to do. Sorry, to create music. You know, you do what you already know how to do. Let's say you only play harp, and I'm another student in that program, and I only rap, and they put you with 3 other people. One only plays drums, one is in a rock band on guitar, and the other one plays clarinet. Like, what song are you gonna make? What are you gonna produce? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how, you know, it's typically a month long. I'll be down there for, you know, about 3 weeks doing the same old that I've been doing, just helping them.
How do you help them though? Like what is your, you know, I understand you're a mentor in those situations, but like how do you, like what, are you asking questions? Are you helping them like clean up a beat? Like what exactly does your scope of work look like while you're down there? And how are you, like when you're going in, what are you preparing for mentally to be able to help these individuals while you're there?
I'll poke in here and there when it comes to creating a song. You're sitting there for like, you know, let's say an hour or so. Talking about, you know, what they want the song to be about, what they want this to, you know, whatever. And I might poke in there and just, like, why don't you just start writing, you know? Why don't you just start writing whatever, you know, each of you is feeling? You know, let's see. They start writing, come back together, you know. Okay, we like that topic. Yeah, let's do that topic, let's do that, you know what I mean? And they all start creating, somebody just starts a chord somewhere. I might start a chord. I might go hop on the drums and just start something on the drums. It might sound nice with this bass player who ain't been paying attention the whole time, is just jamming to it. You know what I'm saying? He's just bass player in the corner just playing some bass just by himself, and I go hop on the drums with him and like kind of, you know, match what he's doing. Yeah. Then they, you know, and I'm like, hey, pick up, you know, those lyrics, what you guys just wrote, and see like, you know, if you can make a melody to it. I help them a little bit. Then I back up. And I just I leave out the room. I let them like just handle whatever, you know. I come back. It might be completely different from what I just, you know what I mean? But it's something. They created something, you know, together. And then I polish it with them by the time I do come back. It's typically like a daily thing.
I love it.
So
That's the best part.
Yeah, right.
It's like trying new foods, having new
Right.
experiences, meeting new people. That's beautiful,
Right.
man. I love that, man. So I want to ask you about two things before we wrap up today.
For sure.
And I want to ask, what are your thoughts on Web3, NFTs, crypto, and how do you plan to utilize or tap into that world and integrate it into your music and your marketing and what you're doing moving forward? And then I want to talk about any upcoming projects that might be happening or releasing, if you want to let us in. I don't know.
I can say one thing that'll answer both of those questions
Say what?
at the same time.
That's beautiful.
I'll say, right.
We like two birds and we like one stone. Yes, we do.
Well, I'm doing I'll say this. Right now, I invest myself. I invest in crypto myself. I look into certain coins that do what I like to do. That makes sense.
It makes exact sense. Yeah.
Engine, is like power in the gaming world. You know what I mean? Like I invest in Engine, especially around the E3 conference. I just always feel like that's a good. I just kind of do that just to see what's up.
Play around.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Move stuff here and there.
Be active in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Or in the the crypto world too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so, but I've been preparing for some NFTs.
Okay.
And man, it's like just wait on it. It's gonna be some dope stuff that comes with it. It's gonna involve the things that I love. I love kung fu. I love anime. Yeah. Gaming. It's gonna involve a lot of things like that, and plus my music with it too. So that's one of the things right there. Yeah, and that's more on the if we're seesawing here between projects and NFT worlds.
Yeah.
That's more on the NFT side. As far as projects, I've dropped 2 singles for it already. I am releasing my new album, Twin Colors.
Twin Colors.
Yeah.
Talk about the inspiration behind naming it Twin Colors. Why that title? And what does it mean? What does this project mean to you at this moment in your life? I'm guessing your late 20s.
Right.
So this moment in your life, you got a good partner in your life.
Right.
You out here doing dope things for Gatorade. You living life. You going to random countries. But coming out with this project and the name of this project, just talk about the inspiration, what it means for you.
So, man, Twin Colors was what I'm pretty much talking about is my life from, I'd say, 2017 to the present. And I actually chronologically have the songs going that way. Shout out to Kuttybear. I produce his album Trouble in Paradise.
Yeah.
And Kuttybear always makes my track list for me for the project. I'm like, hey man, put all these songs in order, man. Like I don't know what to do, Like, bloop, 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 bloop. It makes sense to me. I just keep listening to it. I'm like,